on, Carter. We were at 545k subscribers. And then at the last episode where I literally told you not to bother watching, I had an influx of subscribers. We're currently at 551k subscribers. It was 552, but somebody unsubscribed. But irrespective, it was just 2 months ago that we cleared that 500k subscribers threshold. So we're that much closer to 1 million, so come on, Carter! So that's the good, and here's the bad. Unfortunately, I did promise you a road trip, but it's not going to happen because Kieran wasn't able to come. He's got to pack up because he's moving to Doha. And here's the ugly. I wouldn't have been able to go anywhere on the road trip because the nipper's in hospital again. He's got another inner ear infection, so we're just going to stay in Phuket and play a few rounds in Phuket before we do our road trip up to Bangkok. Come on, Carter! Right, that's a pretty good spaz to start with. Now, there's going to be some good, bad and ugly on this round, but just to let you know, I'm going to be back on form for this round. So stick around, this is a fantastic round of golf. And do we break 80? That's the question. Come on, Carter! We do have a tendency to go long on this hole, which is preferable to being short because it would be in the water. So we flick this on nicely, a little bit further away from the hole I would have liked. That's for par. Okay, so we're going to have to settle for a bogey on the first. We're off to the second, the first of the par threes. And this is a delightful swing. And we're looking like we're pinward bound. Ah, very nice. We're out with non-jam today, Handicap. Non-jam. We go for birdie now. Can you do a Carter spaz? Come down, me.
Birdie, okay, birdie.
So we're actually putting from the fringe, but this is a birdie opportunity. That's not a bad effort. We'll take a par on this par three, very difficult. We're off to the third. It's time to click that like, share and subscriber button. That was a delightful spaz. The last time we were here, we dumped it in the bunker. Oh, we just cleared it today. The ball feeds up pretty nicely towards the pin, and this is another birdie opportunity. Hey! Come on, Carter! We're off to the fourth par four, and this is another delightful spaz with your hybrid. Normally I power fade it, but this was pretty dead straight. So that last hole before, I said to Non-Jam, let's go for birdie now. She started laughing. Non-Jam, can we go for birdie now?
Okay.
Come on, Carter! I'm liking the confidence, Carter, but we are about 160 out. I don't have a very good strike rate for birdies from this distance. Was a nice crack with your 7-iron. We're going to be pin high. We need to flop this one up. Not a lot of green to work with. And this chip just fed away from the hole a little bit further than I have liked. This is for par.
Come on.
Hey! We'll take that one. Come on, Carter! The fifth par four, which is a dog leg left, so I decide... well, didn't decide, but Spazzy sliced it to the right. We're going to feed this through the trees. It went through 2 different trees than I intended to feed it through. This punching chip shot technique is going to just feed onto the green, but this is a really long, testy putt for par. And we're going to lager it up there lovely, even though I still don't know what lagering up there means. But there's me begging for the give me, which is given. Tap in for a bogey. Hole 6 par 4. I've put the hybrid away because I tend to spazzy draw it into the water. This time with the 6-iron, a big spazzy slice. But we're lucky to find it. We're not going for the green. We're just getting this back out into play. Pitching wedge, punching it down there. A big old duffer. It's been a while since I've done one that bad. This one is delightful though. Great recovery after that big old duffer. We got this for bogey.
Oh, well done.
All right, we'll take that. Come on, Carter. We're only 2 over par, moving on to the 7th par 4. This is a delightful crack. Lovely, driven over the canyon. Non-jam, can we go for birdie now?
Birdie.
All right, birdie it is. It's time to stick it on that pin, Carter. Here we go.
Get on that pin.
Come on. Get on that pin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come on, Carter, we go for birdie now.
Worthy of a Carter spaz. And worthy of clicking that like button if you think this is going to go in. Ah, it didn't go in because you didn't click that Lycra button. All right, but we'll take a tap in par. Come on, Carter. This is another delightful swing and crack with your 8 iron. And we're just going to end up right at the green. We're bump and running from the fringe. Are we looking? Are we looking? That's a good effort, that card. It's another par. So we're going to move on to the 9th. Just 2 over par. This was a terrible pull, spazzy slice. But we're going to end up nicely on the fairway. It was a good miss. And this is also a lovely swing and crack again with your 8 iron. But we're going to end up just about 5 or 10 yards too short. We've got this tree in the way, so we had to punch it through with a 7 iron, which we catch a little bit heavy. And we're going to be just a little bit short of the green. So we need to chip this on. We need to feed this close to the pin. And we got this for par. All right, good effort, but we finished with a bogey and a front 9 of just 3 over par. Come on, Carter! Upwards and onwards to the back 9, and we start with a massive Healy spazzy slice. It hits a tree, but we're lucky, and the monkeys throw this one back out.
Okay, I forgot to record that one. We're 370 yards out after hitting your tee shot, only 150 yards. Went with the Gradoy, hit it dead straight, trying to draw it. So I think we're off the fairway further down there.
We are off the fairway and over 200 yards out, but this is shot of the round.
Get on that pin!
I can't believe I didn't do a Carter spaz. Come on, Carter!
Good caddy now. I was going to go with a 5 iron. She went nice super uphill. Go with the Gradoy. Stuck that on the pin. Come on, Carter!
Talk about a birdie coming out of nowhere. We're off to the 11th, back to 2 over par. This is a bit fadey, but we're going to be just before a tree. And we do have a nice line in, but we catch this heavy. We are going to end up on the green, but could have done with this putt being much closer. But it's still a birdie opportunity. Online. Don't leave it short, Carter, but again, it's a tap in for a par. It's time for the bad and the ugly. The next 3 holes are ridiculous. I'm just going to shut up, not say a word, because it's too painful to watch.
Wow, not bad.
Goodly.
Yep.
Okay.
Go bounce, go bounce.
I've no idea what that is, but I think it's close to the pin. So we got this to save par, Carter.
Did I hear you say angry spaz coming up? I've just dropped 7 shots over those last 3 holes. Beyond ridiculous. Come on, Carter! So it's time to play some solid golf. Don't let that get to your head, Carter. We end up in the trees, but this is a delightful punch out with your 9 iron. A shot that you never practice, but this is going to nestle nicely up to the pin. We've got a 4-footer for birdie! Ah, all right, it's a tap-in par, but you could have done with clawing back one of those shots, Carter. All right, this is another delightful tee shot. Again, it's an angry spaz, but it's down there. Position A1, middle of the fairway. setting up a nice little punching chip shot technique, which is thin, but fortunately had enough backspin to hold the green. It's a long putt, but it's a birdie opportunity. Looking good. It's looking in. All right, that's a lovely effort from there. And we got this. We will tidy up for another par. So we're playing solid golf, but we need a birdie, Carter. Come on, Carter. The 17th par 3. It's now or never. It was a pretty flush strike, but we just pulled this one left, and we're pretty far out. We've got to flop it up over this bunker. And again, I'm not using premium balls nowadays, so that's not going to hold. A pretty long putt for par. And again, we've lagered that up there lovely for a tap in, but this time it's a bogey. We're 10 over par, moving on to the 18th. We need a hole in one to break 80. Is it going to get there? Oh, it's just not going to get there.
We take positives from every round. I was due a good round. We could have broken 80 today. The 13th, 14th and 15th. We dropped 7 shots in those 3 holes. Come on, Carter.
A genuine breaking 80 slips through your fingers again, but let's finish strong, Carter. This is a delightful wedge. We thinned it a bit, so it's going to be back of the green. But we're going to nestle this up there nicely again. Under-read the break, but it's going to leave us a nice little, hopefully gimme. He gave me that one. I promise they gave me that one. For a par. Don't very often par that last hole. 38 out, 44 in. Definitely the good, the bad and the ugly. The 12th, 13th, 14th absolutely killed you, Carter. Come on, Carter. 82. A solid round. And back to some of the form that I think you're capable of. Par 3s, par 4s, par 5s, all solid. I think the par 3s could have done a little bit better. Putting continues to be solid. 30 putts, 2 birdies, and a shed load of pars. Come on, Carter. So why didn't we break 80? It was that 12th, 13th, 14th hole. Don't want to talk about it anymore. See you next time for the next episode. Come on, Carter.
Get on that pen!
Good caddy now. I was going to go with a 5 iron. She went, no, it's super uphill. Go with the Katoi. Stuck that on the pin. Come on, Carter.